Welcome to SAP Sapphire 2022. I'm in The Hague and I brought the SAP Podcar to record customer life stories. Sustainability is the biggest challenge we face right now, and luckily there was a lot of attention for that during the keynote. And there is one company called Chooose with one extra O that explained how they can make the carbon footprint visible if you book your travel. Nina Birger explains how. Welcome to the SAP Podcar. Nina, now that you are at the SAP Podcar, this morning you talked about, at the live stage, about sustainability as well. A lot of companies are facing sustainability challenges. It's a really hot topic. A lot of people dive into it and they want to do something with it, but don't know how they can actually do that. But you have the solution. You have the one checkbox solution to do sustainability. Maybe you can dive into that for me.
We do. That's always been Choose's mission from day one, is to make climate action easy and accessible for everyone, because it's complicated, it's totally overwhelming. Yeah. And I think one of the things we heard this morning is you manage what you measure. And so the first step is figuring out how do you actually measure carbon at scale, because you need to do that in order for you to then think about addressing your emissions. And so what we at Chooose are doing, we're really, really excited. We're partnering with SAP to roll out the Chooose climate app for SAP Concur. Okay. And so it'll exist within kind of the Concur systems where your travel management and travel data already takes place. And what the app will do for Concur customers is automatically calculate the carbon footprint associated with corporate travel based on the travel bookings already taking place in there. And then, even more importantly, it will allow you to begin to manage them. You can think about reducing emissions through really cutting-edge innovations like sustainable aviation fuel. And then to a certain extent, there will be unavoidable emissions too. And so you can think about beginning to address them by leveraging a portfolio of highly vetted, high quality and impactful carbon offsets and removals. So it's about making it easy. It's about like going where the data already exists, visualizing the carbon as it's there, and then taking action on it.
Yeah. But do you get options then as a consumer? So maybe I'm traveling to Sapphire in The Hague. I live in the Netherlands, so it was quite easy.
Yeah.
But suppose I had to go to Orlando and I marked the checkbox.
Oh, such a good question. So within the Chooose Climate app, that's not kind of the piece of the pie that we address, but I do know within SAP Concur, through an additional add-in, you are, as a consumer, when you're booking a flight, able to see the carbon emissions associated with different options. And so where the climate app plays is really the compilation of all this data at a corporate level, and whoever is then managing the carbon emissions, leveraging that to do their jobs. But like you're right, there is a role to play there in terms of thinking about consumer choices too.
Okay. So what you now do is you measure all the impact and then take action to that. Is that something that you give back, or that you also manage to support in those actions that can be taken?
Yeah, so how it would actually work within the app, and forgive me, like if we were doing a demo and I could click in, it would be easier to visualize. But what you can do as a consumer is look at a menu of different carbon projects, essentially, that by investing in them, you're able to buy carbon credits and compensate for the unavoidable emissions. It's not a substitute for reducing your emissions. Like, we all got to reduce our emissions as well, but there will be some unavoidable ones too. Yeah. So what you can do is you can look at the menu of different projects available. You can filter them by price, by location. There's information on which sustainable development goals they also sync up with, so you can kind of look at them that way and select the ones that best fit with your organization and priority and purchase the carbon credits from those. Okay,
so you really help to make people aware and make better informed decisions with the app that you have.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I guess a lot of people are interested since you talked this morning. Yeah. How is your feeling for Sapphire so far?
Oh, it's been so much fun. There's really good energy here. I think everyone's still excited about doing these things in person and like excited to be off Zoom, essentially. And it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful to talk to folks in person. It's a lot easier to connect that way. And there are so many people here from so many different kind of points in the SAP family, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much. And I think it's a good option to make people aware, to bring the data into to your awareness, and make sure that you take the sustainable solution. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.